What is going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management. Happy Saturday. I am here to bring you guys another video today. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a few different things, such as how to trade in a bear market, what you can do during a bear market. Also, I'm going to be talking about some stocks and specific type of stocks / sectors to watch or invest in during this period of time. And then I'm going to look at some upcoming plays for this upcoming week and also recap a few trades from yesterday's trading day. Now, before we do that, guys, I'd like to say none of this is financial advice. So please, anything you see in this video, anything you hear in this video, do not take it as financial advice. But as always, these kind of videos take a lot of time. So please do drop a thumbs up, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and of course, share these videos with your friends. It could help somebody out there. So please do share these videos. But now, first of all, I just want to look at the S&P 500 index. So this is the SPX chart. And as you guys can see, let's look at the past 1 month. So from the highs of February at 4576, we're now at 4332. Obviously, guess what? This means that we are in a bearish market. The market is very bearish right now. If you look at the past 3 months, it just confirms what we already knew. Again, market is bearish. Look, 4,700 back in December, now 4,300. So what I want you guys to remember during this period of time is it's difficult to time the market, right? And I don't want people to be jumping out there saying, you know what, I'm going to buy this stock because it's down, that stock because it's down, this and that. You don't want to do that. One thing you do want to do in this kind of market, though, is manage your risk. So what does that mean? Well, if we zoom in on a smaller time frame, right, look at the past 5 days. We started at the week around 4338, jumped up to highs of 4410, and then down to 4287 by the end of the week. So what am I saying here? Well, with any of your plays, remember, this is an indication of the overall market. With any of your plays, though, you want to scale in and scale out of trades. You want to get in trades and get out of trades as well. You want to take trades on a shorter term time frame. I mean, yes, in the Discord this week, we traded a lot of different stocks and we did swing a few different trades. But for those of you who are Robinhood, please remember, there's going to be sometimes you may be forced to hold a position. So if you're not certain about that position or you've not looked at the chart, don't try and hold it. I mean, if we look at the S&P 500 ETF, right, SPY, I have my levels drawn. So I have my levels drawn for the whole year. I have them drawn on a smaller time frame. And of course, I have my levels drawn for monthly, weekly, daily, etc. As you can see, I also have the overall trend highlighted. So that means in a period of time such as this, what we're in right now, you want to have your levels drawn for different stocks. That is one thing you always want to do. And when it comes to trading, you never want to just go in blindly. I mean, yes, I understand people are part of different discords and groups and all that kind of stuff, and there will be call-outs. Okay? But when you can see that a stock like SPY is consolidating in between the moving averages, you probably want to wait before you get into a call or a put. When it's giving you a clear sense of direction, as it was yesterday for a brief few hours, bullish, as you can see, then yes, sure, get into puts. If you're in on a day like this, where it's back-to-back green candles and it's just casually trending up, breaking past moving averages, breaking past levels of previous resistance, yeah, of course, why not get in for calls? But what does that mean? You probably want to sell before the end of the day. So again, if you don't have day trades, you might not want to take a position at all. It is not exactly easy or safe to swing overnight, but in this case, if you see what I highlighted here, yes, it pushed up, and then overnight it pushed up again, and yes, you could have got out the next day by swinging. But like I said, you don't want to force any trades at this period of time. You want to be careful with each and every trade. Every sector is different at this period of time and for different reasons, which brings me on to my next point. What kind of sectors, what kind of stocks do you want to be trading at this point? Well, first of all, I'd say steel, oil, gas. You guys know how expensive gas is right now. You guys know how expensive it is to fill up your car. Yes, think of that. Think of real life and then relate it back to stocks. Gas, oil, steel as well. Speaking of steel, one trade we played in the Discord this week was, yesterday, was CLF puts. Now, this was a pretty bad trade, to be honest. But the good thing was I managed risk and I did not go in with a heavy position because it was a 0 day to expiry trade. But as you can see, the reason we tried to get into this trade is it started to break below the moving average. And as it broke below the moving average, we looked at getting into puts. So if we look at the 15-minute chart from yesterday was the 4th of March. We just zoom in a little bit as well. So of course, as you guys could see, just as I previously showed you, the chart was clearly bullish overall. Let me just zoom out again so you guys can see that. Just the past week or two, it's clearly bullish, right? The overall trend. And this is why I'm saying, learn from our mistake in this one. It's clearly bullish. But yesterday, very briefly, it broke below the moving averages and it was back to back red candles, right? Now, I don't have any levels of support or resistance drawn on this chart, but once a stock does break below the moving averages, quite often it is showing signs of becoming bearish. Now here it didn't break below all three moving averages, so it wasn't clearly bearish. But before you knew it, there was a reversal. It broke above the moving averages and continued the uptrend. Now think about this. Factories all over the country, all over the US are going to continue to use steel. They need steel, right? And at this period of time, there are very few stocks which shoot up 22% in a week. Like this was $18 just at the beginning of the week. Now it's $26. Over the past month, it's actually up 42%. And as you can see, it's just been crazy. This week has been crazy. This whole month has been crazy. And I do think that these are the kind of stocks you need to be looking at in this period of time. Same with oil. Look at ExxonMobil. We traded this twice this week. And also, I've always told people get shares of this. ExxonMobil is at $84 right now. Back towards the end of the last month, it was at $74. So it's gained $10 already per share. So think about, look, zoom out. Think about this. Just in the beginning of January 24th, it was $70. It's gained $14 since then. It's had its ups and downs, but if you always zoom out, select a different time frame just so you can get a better picture, a bigger picture. You zoom out, you will see that this has rallied upwards. And why? Well, again, oil is needed at this period of time. Oil is important at this period of time, as it so often will be. Unlike tech, and bringing me on to tech, I'm going to be talking about AMD. Tech at this period of time is selling off. Tech has been dropping off. Yesterday and Thursday, we traded AMD puts. In fact, we swung AMD puts from when it was around $117 all the way down to lows of $107. Look at the 1 hour chart, the past few days. AMD has just sold off. Why? This is a tech sector. It is not as relevant, as vital, as needed as something like oil or steel or gas at this period of time. So when you hear things about unrest, political injustice, even discrimination or whatever news is happening which is kind of upsetting the market, you can trade these kind of stocks on the way down. AMD, Nvidia, even Tesla. Tesla had struggled a little bit this week. I think it dropped to lows of 700 something. Maybe it wasn't this week. Okay, last week it dropped to just under $700. This week it dropped to around 820s before rallying upwards again and selling off. These are the kind of stocks you want to short during this kind of market. You don't want to be shorting your oil, your steel, or your CLF, your Cleveland Cliffs like we did. You want to be shorting these kind of stocks in this period of time, even if it's just for a few days. Again, gas, oil, all that kind of stuff. MRO is another one. Marathon Oil Company. Check MRO out. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Over the past month, very clearly bullish. Over the past, year to date, it's very clearly bullish. I want you guys to pick up on this and think about your long-term plays, investing in stocks for the long term. Think about all of these. MRO, OXY, XOM. Look at OXY. From last I remember, this was a $29 stock. I don't remember when that was, but it was a $29 last time I remember it. So that might have been the beginning of the year. All right, yeah, very beginning of the year. $29. It has almost doubled since then. Do you see what I mean when I'm talking about looking for plays like this? People will say you cannot swing trade stocks in this market. You can swing trade stocks, but you just want to manage your risk and you want to make sure you know what you're swinging. Know why, how, all that kind of stuff. Oxy is obviously petroleum, so it's more likely to keep going up during this period of time of political unrest. Tech will be going down. Social media will be going down. Those are not important at this period of time. You want to remember that. And speaking of tech, let's have a look at QQQ. How this has been bleeding. But I have my levels drawn. When it breaks levels, it's time for puts. As it rises towards levels, you can briefly get calls if you're a scalper. That's not my kind of trading. But once it hits levels and rejects, you can get more puts. It is that so-called simple. Again, you want to look at the gas sector. I mean, shout out Devon for this one, but CVX. You want to look at gas. You want to look at these kind of things in this period of time. Look how CVX ran up this week. past couple of weeks from $131 all the way to highs of $158. That's what I want you to look at. Same with gold, to be honest. You can look at GLD. You can look at so many different things. You can look at GOLD, which is Barrett Gold. Look how this has been running up. Are you guys starting to see a pattern with which stocks are running up, which stocks are selling off? Again, you don't have to overcomplicate things. If you look at the daily chart for the past few months, look at this. Let's zoom in a little bit. Just how it's just casually running up. Now it's trending above the moving averages, all three moving averages at that as well. And so what I'm saying, energy, oil, steel, gas, that's what you want to look at during this period of time. Now, lastly, let's just look at a couple plays that we're in for a swing. I'm going to start off with Verizon, VZ. As you guys may have seen, well, if you're in the Discord, you saw this, but we are in the $55 calls for March 18th. Now, actually, Verizon has started off pretty well for us with this trade. If you look at this chart, look at the past 5 days, we'll look at the hourly. This is what I mean when I say you can find good swings in this market. It's just not easy. So, yesterday, we got in somewhere around here when it was 54.70s, and it's obviously broken above the previous resistance. Now it's holding above all the moving averages. That's beautiful. That's what we like to see. It may pull back towards this moving average, but expect the uptrend to continue. This is exactly the kind of stocks we want to see in this market, exactly the kind of movements we want to see in this market. Next up, I'll look at Apple. I don't know when, but I'm expecting a move from Apple to get to that $170 mark. Now, you need to be careful with this because right now it's trending below all the moving averages on multiple different time frames. So that means you don't want to touch your calls yet. But what you can do to protect yourself, well, if you have 100 shares, you could sell covered calls. If you don't have 100 shares, you could look at buying shares for the long term. I mean, I have my level here, $157. When we get to that level, or even below it, that's when I'm going to buy shares for long-term holds. So keep your eyes out for Apple. And lastly, I just want to look at Microsoft because we traded this in the Discord this week with calls when it ran up, but it's also at a nice point to around $302. But now it's on for puts and it's also at a good price point, in my opinion, for long-term buy and holds. I don't think you can lose when you buy stocks like Microsoft, Apple, even Teslas, your Netflixes, those kind of companies that you use every day, those companies that you see every day, those companies that you know are doing a lot and are innovative and will be around for a long period of time. So if you want the full watch list for the Discord, then obviously come through to the Discord. You can see what stocks we're playing. You can see how we've done recently. Like I said, we've had a really good week, made lots of money in the market. During the bear market, if you can't make money, then you might not be as good trader as you think. If you can make money in the bear market, then that's a good sign. You can make money in this kind of market. You can make money in any market. Trust me on that one. So again, come check out the Discord. Also, please check out the stock option starter pack. There are 10 videos there. You have them for life. I mean, if you do want to start becoming a part of the group and all that kind of stuff, the option pack gives you a 2-month free trial as well. So check that one out as well. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching this video. That is it from me. My very last thing I want to say is keep your eyes out on crypto as well. You can trade this, you can stake this, you can get some nice returns on crypto as well. But once again, that's it from me, guys. We'll see you guys in the Discord hopefully, and if not, we'll see you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.